of life, the terrible wave that engulfed millions of homes last week has left the nation too weak even to bury the dead. Indraneel Banerjee, who sent this first-hand report from Bangladesh, says that television pictures can never tell the real story of how horrible and sad the tragedy is in reality. Even cameraman Kollol Moitro found it difficult to take some of the horrific scenes of death, many of which we are not showing tonight.
Thousands of square miles of coastal land and millions of lives devastated by a killer cyclone and tidal waters. Rotting corpses, animal carcasses and a blighted landscape bear testimony to the terrible tragedy that struck Bangladesh on the night of April the 29th. The fury of the cyclone ripped off tin roofs. Fences were twisted like this, and ships were carried into the paddy fields. The devastation was unprecedented.
In all my life, I have never seen a flood like this. I have never seen so much water. It was frightening.
The tidal waters have receded, but once again the people of Bangladesh must come to terms with the tragic reality.
First, there was a very strong wind. Then the typhoon came and the force of it flung us to the ground. Then we saw a huge wall of water and we somehow managed to find shelter. When we returned, we found there was nothing. No house, no rice, nothing. The water took it all away.
In this village, at least 2,000 people were washed away or drowned.
There
were a lot of dead bodies, human beings and animals around here. We paid money to have the bodies removed. They were then thrown into this river. We have suffered a lot. Even now in the forest there are a lot of corpses, carcasses of cows and other dead animals.
Most of the people I met were extremely poor and had lost everything. In many families, the younger children were the first to die, mainly because they didn't have the strength to hold on to anything and were swept away by the tidal wave. Those left behind are bereft, but the extent of their loss hasn't quite sunk in.
আপনার ঘরে কত ছেলে মেয়ে ছিল?
আমার ঘরে 8 জন।
আর এখন কজন আছে?
There were 8 of us in our family. Now there are only 6. The water carried away 2 of my sons. One was 3 and the other was only 1 year old. I don't know where they've gone.
His older son was luckier.
তুই বাঁচলি কি করে?
I managed to climb onto a tree and clung onto it for 2 hours until the waters went away.
Some survivors are fatalistic, others speak of divine retribution.
We are all Allah's children. We are made by Allah, but we must have done some harm to Allah. We must surely have committed some sin for this to have happened.
But for most, the overriding concern is survival. With their land submerged and their livestock drowned or washed away, millions have been deprived of their main source of sustenance. Now they have no alternative but to cast their nets in contaminated water. People are desperate for relief supplies. Our helicopter made quick stops to unload food, water and medicines. Word spread fast, and by the time we were airborne again, the trickle of hungry villagers had within minutes turned into a crowd. The pilots say they have to leave quickly, otherwise the helicopter could be mobbed.
The Bangladesh Air Force and Navy are doing their best. But the problem with relief supplies is they're not reaching the areas where they're required the most in the quantities that are required. The helicopters like this, operated by the Bangladesh Air Force, are small and don't have enough range to carry the loads required to the most remotest of islands.
Ordinary poor people haven't got any relief. Nobody has got anything. Nothing has come here.
Although hundreds of tons of supplies are being dropped every day, it is nowhere near enough.
The magnitude of the tragedy is enormous. It is simply something, unless you have a look at it, you'll never believe it. And even the relief work is also enormous. Work is required. And what you've seen today almost looks like a peanut, but we are trying our best.
A major problem is lack of equipment and government funds. International response has been slow, though India has helped by sending helicopters and relief supplies and has committed as much aid as the United States. In the capital city of Dhaka, ordinary citizens are trying to help by raising money from the public. But both nationally and internationally, the appeals have become repetitive. As far as Bangladesh is concerned, the world appears to be suffering from compassion fatigue. Scenes like this have been seen so often before because natural disasters have become endemic in most parts of Bangladesh. The coastal area around Chittagong is naturally prone to cyclones and tidal waves. Cyclones developing in the Indian Ocean tend to be driven into the head of this funnel formed by the Bay of Bengal. Land here is barely 20 feet above sea level, so when cyclones come in, seawater surges miles inland. As we flew over Chittagong, it was clear that this time this port city has also been badly affected. And in the overpopulated areas around Chittagong, the problem is compounded by extreme poverty. Forced to eke out an existence on these low-lying islands, even if the people are warned of an impending disaster, they really have nowhere else to go.
That was the fortunate thing that we predicted, we informed the people, but you can well understand that the people in the coastal areas, they can't just move to shelters because we don't have enough shelters to give to the people in those sort of localities.
The waters have now receded, and as life struggles back to normal, some survivors are attempting to reconstruct their homes. Even these, they know, will stand only till the next cyclone.
Life never quite returns to normal in this part of the world. These islands, which dot the Bangladesh coastline, are little more than raised mud banks, easily submerged and totally exposed to the sea, the wind and the rain. And as long as they are desperately poor people forced to live on the very edge of survival, tragedies like this one will continue to occur. This is Indranil Banerjee reporting for The World This Week from Chittagong district, Bangladesh.